So that was Mick Hucknall. And Chris, what I wanted to ask you about next is mobility. Mobility. Because I've been talking to John about this, and he'll say this and that as well, I hope. But I've been trying to work out what mobility is, or what the meaning of the word is for different people.
And now, this is very interesting.
Stay closer to the mic.
This is very interesting, because, as Chris will tell you, we don't go by the book. You're going to ask us what mobility is about. Well, mobility in our eyes is when...
Just explain a bit. Shall I just say mobility? Because John, you would say... Because I'll just explain...
Yeah, go on.
For listeners who don't know, both Chris and John are in wheelchairs.
Yeah.
We don't normally, with the show, make it a wheelchair show. The Wild Show was once the Wheelie Wild Show, but we dropped the wheelie to make it simpler. So that is the Wild Show. So when you say the book, what you're talking about is that you've been taught mobility as a sort of subject.
Yeah.
Which you don't follow by the book.
I don't...
Carry on, explain that a bit more.
I don't follow it by the book, because if you followed it by the book, it would take you ages to get to places, and it's quite a drag. I much rather cross a road when it's opportunistic to be able to do it, and not do everything by the book, because it just takes you far too long, and it's far too draining, and it's far too tiring. And it's not very. You're much quicker doing it my way. But when you're taught it as a subject, they do like you to cross at this particular pelican crossing and do it all how they've specifically taught you. And if you don't do it how they've specifically taught you on a test, you get failed. You get a fail. You fail
the test.
You get a fail, and you have to do it all again. And they treat you like you're a 5-year-old kid.
Okay. Chris, do you go by the book, as it were?
In a manner of speaking, yes. I cross at the specific points, and I do what they said. But I do see John point that sometimes you can't always go by the book, but you should always try to make life easier.
Well, it doesn't always make life easier, though, does it?
No, but whether you do it by the book or not, because I notice cyclists are taught things in passing their test about traffic lights and pavements,
and
things
they
which
don't do.
Can I ask you?
They don't necessarily.
Can I ask you a question then? You've just brought up about cyclists. Do they have to do a test now? Do cyclists have to do tests?
I'm not sure. Don't think they do.
You don't have to do a test, but there is a cycling proficiency which, if you get, it means you're safer for other road users. I've got it.
You've got a cycling proficiency?
Yeah.
Wow.
Have you?
I did it years ago.
Oh, really? Well, good for you.
Good for you. Anyway, look, we will get, if we get on the cyclists, you'll get me going, and I'll rave on about that.
And JD doesn't like cyclists.
Well, it's not that we don't like cyclists, we're concerned for the safety of cyclists, and so things like going up a pavement on a one-way street the wrong way.
Yeah, but they're just they are just annoying, right? Though, because when you're trying to go past them in a car, what they're doing. They're weaving. They can't keep in a straight line. They're weaving.
Anyway,
they're weaving.
Look, John,
and then they're getting in the way of cars.
On balance, we'll have to get Anna Presenter in one day to our show, or to get us onto her show, because she has a different point of view, and we must have a balanced point of view about cyclists.
Don't. What annoys me with them? They don't always use the psychopaths. What's the point of the psychopaths being there? I mean, what a waste of money.
Well, anyway, look. Just for today, I'm quite happy about broadcast radio going off on all different subjects, because it can always be edited later for the clips. So I'll probably edit out this bit about the cyclists. Because no, the cyclists are relevant as well, aren't they? Okay, let's stay with bicycles as part of this topic. Because where I wanted to move it was mobility as a technology term. Because I know next week there's an online session about mobility as technology, and I noticed that both of you are quite happy with your iPhones and study all sorts of other bits of technology, and I think the mobility in technology topic is going to be about technology you can wear, or the Internet of Things, all sorts of stuff like that. And it seems to me that maybe the wheelchair is part of that technology, and all the other bits and pieces you've got going with it. Chris, is that making any sense? Do you see mobility as a general word, or has it got a specific meaning, or how do you see that?
I see mobility as crossing roads, and though I'd never heard of mobility used in technology terms.
I haven't really.
Oh, well, you've got an iPhone. You've
Yeah.
both got iPhones.
Yeah, but that's nothing to do with mobility.
It isn't.
Well,
It's different. It's different to a desktop, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Oh, you're on about. Oh yeah. Well, I'm kind of with you, but you. That's not. I don't think
That's not mobility.
I don't think that's nothing to do with mobility.
No.
well, I've never heard it as
That's
part
because
of-
you've never heard. That's why you've never heard it, because it's nothing to do with mobility. If it was, you would have heard it by now, because we're in the 21st century. But there we go. But no, it's not to do with mobility.
No, it's not doing mobility. So it's not doing
Where did you-
moving about.
Where'd you get it from? Where'd you get that?
Well,
Where'd you get it-
mobility. Well, there's an event. There's a sort of trade show next Wednesday, but it's not anywhere in particular. It's online. I think they're trying to make a point. So instead of having a trade show where you have to go to London or Bristol or somewhere, and they've got all kinds of stands,
Are you going to watch it?
I'm going to watch it. I shall watch it at home on my desktop.
What
So I won't have
website-
to go very far.
What website?
I shall have breakfast and go up to my attic. That will be that will be as mobile as I'll need to be on Wednesday, and we'll see what they're talking about. But I just think it's something to do with the capability or ability or giving you new possibilities. So it's either helping you to travel or meaning that you don't have to travel, something like that. I think it means. But it's called Mobility Live, or Mobility This Year or something. But what I might do next week is try and find out more about it for Tuesday, and then on the Wild Show report back what I've discovered about it, and see if it relates to mobility as you both understand it.
Okay.
Because you see mobility as getting about
Yeah.
in real life, into real spaces.
That's
Yeah.
that's what it is.
That's what it is.
Yes, I don't know what you're talking about. Not really.
John Stoddard.
Not really. Yeah, I don't know what you.
No. Okay. So, but technology, you're both interested in technology. How's that come about, do you think?
Yes, but what's technology? What's
Technology's
technology
just
got to do
normal.
with- technology is now. Technology is today. It's because it's part of today's society.
It's just there.
Everybody has an iPhone.
Yeah.
Everybody has some kind of mobile device.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
with access to the internet on it. Maybe if you're your age and you're still living in the old century, maybe you obviously haven't. Because you're still struggling with the fact that you can you can broadcast a whole radio show from an iPhone or some kind of mobile device. But that's the way it's going.
Right.
And I think one day the FM signals are actually going to get abolished, because nobody's going to be that interested in actually actually sitting at home and listening to an FM signal on a blimmin' big old-fashioned radio, having a cup of tea and a biscuit. They're
What,
just
sitting in
not-
front of the radio?
sitting in front of the radio.
They're going to be
re-
listening on headphones, moving about.
Oh, for
They're not going to sit
God.
at home.
they're not. I'm not saying they're not going to sit at home, but I think they're going to be using some kind of. I think basically what I think is the FM signals are going to get abolished,
Yeah.
and I think it's all going to be moving on to moving online.
They already tried to abolish the FM
There
signal.
you are.
And
you've
it-
But
They
what happened?
didn't.
they didn't.
No,
well, that's
because
because
But let our guest speak.
right.
John.
Okay.
though John obviously thinks they should abolish the FM
Well,
signal
we're just trying to get ready
and
for
put
it.
him out of a job.
Well, this is what's going to happen. And seamlessly, I'm going to introduce the next song.
Yeah.
Because obviously, as radio presenters, we will very soon be replaced by robots. And here is a song about everyday robots.